2026 is shaping up to be a really good year for truck sim lovers, and honestly, the roadmap is very interesting, maybe even one of the most exciting ones we've seen in a while. In this video, I'm going to go through everything with you, from console integration, console release, new trucks, DLCs, and a lot more that is quietly being prepared behind the scenes. Don't forget to like and subscribe. So, let's take a look at the roadmap ahead of us. These things are not random. They are carefully planned, step by step, and if you look closely, you can actually see how everything connects together. First, let's talk about console. PlayStation and Xbox compatibility is happening, but it's not just a simple port. There's a full process behind it, and I think some people underestimate how much work this actually takes. The game needs to be fully integrated into those platforms, and that includes all the DLCs, all the gameplay features, performance optimization, controls, and even multiplayer. Everything needs to feel smooth, stable, and complete. So before we even get a release date, SCS has to make sure the experience is ready, and then, finally, we get the release itself. Now, I'm pretty confident this is going to happen in 2026. In one of my previous videos, I mentioned that SCS should avoid releasing around November, mainly because of GTA 6. That's just too big, and it could take attention away. So hopefully, we see the console version released before that, maybe mid-year or even earlier if everything goes well. And honestly, I would rather wait a bit longer and get a polished version than something rushed. Now, let's talk about trucks. We have a couple of trucks that are very likely to be released, and I'm actually excited about both of them. First, the Volvo VNL. This truck is big, modern, and it just looks really clean. SCS has already been showing it in their streams, which is usually a strong sign that development is quite advanced. So I would say this one is definitely coming, and possibly sooner than we expect. It's the kind of truck that a lot of players will enjoy, especially if you like long-distance hauling with a modern feel. Then we have the Kenworth W990. Now this one has a completely different vibe. SCS has a very good relationship with Kenworth, and that always shows in the quality of their trucks. The W9D is bold, powerful, and has that classic American style. It's one of those trucks that feels strong on the road, and I think a lot of people are going to love it. And again, I wouldn't be surprised if we see it released sometime this year. Now, moving on to map expansions, the DLCs. This is where things really start to build up. I'm pretty confident that Illinois is next. It makes sense geographically and also in terms of progression. And if everything goes as expected, we could see it released in the second quarter of this year. That would be a big step because it continues pushing the map further east. Then, later in the year, we could see South Dakota. This is part of a bigger vision, slowly expanding the map of the United States, state by state, until we eventually get a much more complete experience. And I like this approach. Each new state brings something different, new industries, new landscapes, new cities, and it keeps the game fresh. I know games can get expensive sometimes. You see something you really want, and then the price just puts you off. That's exactly why I like using instant gaming. They've got a huge library of games across different categories, and the prices are much lower than usual. Whether you're on Steam, PlayStation, Xbox, or even Nintendo, you can find something that works for you. The process is simple. Just pick your game, go to checkout, choose your preferred payment method, and you'll get your key. Then you activate it on your platform, and it's yours forever. I like how quick and easy that is. It's also safe and reputable, which is important. And on top of that, they're running a monthly giveaway where you can win the game of your choice, so don't miss that. All the links are in the description. Now, let's talk about what I think is the biggest part of this 2026 roadmap, the road trip feature. This is huge. This feature is expected to introduce a completely new game mode, where you can drive cars and pickups in ATS instead of just trucks. And this changes everything. We're talking about brands like Ford, Dodge, and Ram, which have already been finalized, and there are likely more brands coming in the future. So now, it's not just about trucking anymore. It becomes more about driving, exploring, taking long journeys, and just enjoying the road in a different way. I really like this idea because it opens up the game to more players and also gives existing players something fresh. Imagine just taking a pickup, driving across states, no cargo, no pressure, just the road. That's something different, and I think a lot of people will enjoy that. And if this feature is done right, it could become one of the biggest additions ATS has ever had. Now, one more thing I want to mention is how all of this connects. You have console coming, new trucks coming, map expansions growing, and a completely new game mode being introduced. This is not just random updates, this is a clear roadmap, building towards something bigger. And I like that. It shows that SCS has a long-term plan, and they're following it step by step. So overall, the 2026 roadmap is looking very strong. There's direction, there's progress, and there's a lot to look forward to. I'm honestly happy with where things are going, and I think this is going to be a great year for both ETS2 and ATS players. And if everything lands the way it's planned, this could be one of the most important years for truck simulation games. If you want me to also make an ETS2 roadmap video, tell me down in the comments, and I'll see you in the next video.